Hey everybody, this is Asher back with more Starsector where we're having fun in a Corona. Well, that's a very 2020 joke that's on the table there, but we're not going to take it. We have just successfully analyzed a probe for 90,000 money, which as you can see we have over 1,000,000 credits, which is what I wanted to get the colony online. So there are some other things that I want to try to take care of, but we may actually end this episode with a colony depending if we play our cards right. One of the reasons for that, if I could just look here at the local map for a second, is that we did find a survey ship up here, and since I did get a lot of supplies from that drop there and I do have a bit of fuel, I do want to go ahead and see if I can check out that supply ship, since we have a little bit of a, I guess the best way to put it is we're emergency burning away from the Corona. We're supposed to be, by the way, but what we should be doing here is trying to make some money eventually, because we are continuing to run a deficit, and that deficit will only grow as the years go by, because I think we're on our last year of our allowance. But since we do have some supplies, I do want to try to take a fight if I could just find where it is on the map. There it is. Alright, so these ships can have a lot of different things to it. So the fleet approaches the Domain-era survey ship left from the initial Dominion exploration of the sector. The ancient Domain-era automated survey ship has been ravaged by centuries of exposure to charged particles and high-velocity impacts from interstellar dust, much like the other things. Sensors return indicate unusually short-lived charged particles near the derelict. Density distribution of the internal structure has also changed from patterns extrapolated in your previous encounters with Dominion-era exploration vessels, as if infernal masses have been removed or intentionally redistributed. So this was guarded by some automated defenses, and while my ships are good, I am a little bit concerned about this standard drone, but we'll see how it goes. I have 3 herons. I got to believe in that at some point. Let's engage. We have the supplies for it, and we're just gonna deploy everything, because that's what we do when we have this many supplies. All right, so once again we're gonna have our herons just follow the Apogee. We'll have the Falcon follow us, but the other ships follow the Falcon. I probably do need to get some more frontliners than just the... I think that's everybody. I need to get more frontliners other than just me and... I mean, the Falcon's good. I'd love to get another Falcon or an Eagle, but I need to upgrade from the Hammerhead and Dominator at this point. They're small ships. They do serve a pretty good purpose, but we are going to go up here in front line. Our enemies are starting to come in track, but we don't want it. Just because we are tanky doesn't mean we want to tank everything all at once. There's the big boy up there. So let's see if we can not rear end our friends again. Okay, we can totally miss. There we go. That's one down. We got a good missile target here. Here we go. So we got all of our buddies. Wow. That's the power of the Heron right there. We just have a bunch of carrier missiles flying along there. And oh my gosh, we actually just are like going to spam it down with missiles. That's kind of amazing. Okay, it's trying to come after us, but nothing doing. That was a cakewalk. Well, at least I did an okay job designing a fleet. We still have 2 buddies down here, so let's see if we can find them for the mop-up crew. Because, once again... Okay, fortunately you can teleport out of the way. That's good. So that one's been disabled. Once again by these little fighters that fly around everywhere and go by fast. The thing that I like about the Heron, it's a good ship, but it's a really good ship in the AI's hands. Like, it has a lot of good carriers and everything, but that's just a good sign example of how just having a bunch of bombers on your back and having a bunch of fighters on your back can really make that punch work really, really well. So through the wreckage we get even more supplies, which is great. Don't really need the metals, don't need the heavy machinery, do need the fuel. Heavy autocannon, heavy mauler. I'm going to take these, but I don't know if I need all of them. And we'll just sort down here, because when I get a colony I can kind of just deal with that later. I don't really want to drop too much else. We'll burn through some of those extra weight worth of supplies in just a minute. So there we go, and the fleet finishes mapping the automated ship, and There's no further thing. It's unclear if this is a random noise or anything else. And, oh, okay, the survey ship's memory banks are partially accessible and contain information pointing to the location of Dominion Mothership. It was last seen by the survey ship located in an asteroid belt in the Epsilon Cicene star system. That's really good news. All right, and there's some more supplies that maybe we can take on, but don't really want to take on too much of. Because it does get a little bit inefficient here, but we are going to be chowing through enough of those in a hurry that maybe we can get rid of some of the heavy machinery. I kind of like having 100. I think what this means is that I need some more cargo ships. All right, so we're using 15 extra cargo per day. We do have an additional shot at getting some loot here. So we'll take the 4 extra supplies and the 4 extra fuel. That's fine. So let's see where our intelligence takes us right now. Okay. New. So we have ultra-rich ore, which I guess we knew that. Oh, wow. Actually, both of these are right over here, and this is a yellow star that's right next door. Well, how long do I have on this mission? I just have 60 days. I can get these luxury goods in time. I guess that's the other problem with trying to carry everything, is that I'm also supposed to... I kind of got sidetracked from my delivery mission. But yeah, money's money right now. Let's do this. Let's go. There's an argument to be made that I should be waiting to do the mothership until it's later or stronger. But I kind of want to do this now because I'm up in this corner, and honestly, once I'm babysitting a colony, I'm going to have some trouble getting back up to there later. Plus, we gained a level. So I'm definitely going to get level 3 on salvaging because it gives us extra resources and items recovered from stations and derelicts. So that's all very good, and we do have colony management +2, which if I was running AI cores, maybe I wouldn't need stuff for personally running colonies, but that's a question for later. For now, I can start working towards... I kind of have my baseline stuff done. I do want to start getting things like damage control and other stuff available. There's so many skills that you can get that work pretty well, but for now we're getting our repairs done. What's that? That's another probe. But see, we're going through our combat readiness. We're using only 5 extra per day now, so that's a little better. And like I said, we did get in the fight, so we do need to actually do some repairs, so that's not a big deal. Like, see, we're if we look at our fleet information here, we're about to be back down underweight just from repairs that we were doing. So that's where it's okay to overcap sometimes. So out in the hyperspace, we lose some fuel. Our fuel's actually really good. I've thought about getting like a giant ass tanker at some point, but so far these are okay. All right, so hopefully we don't get blasted by pirates on the way up here. And I hope that the game audio isn't too loud, because it kind of just wailed in my ear really hard. It's not supposed to be, but I do want to make sure that you all can actually hear it. So let's see here. What does the exploration say? It says, for the mothership. It is last seen by the survey ship located in an asteroid belt in the Epsilon Cicene system. Well, that can be a problem because asteroid belts can get pretty big, but I'd rather go in through near a planet. I don't typically like colonizing places that are nearby, but oh, wow, we actually got a lot of shit near this place. It's going to be an asteroid belt. Fortunately, there's only one asteroid belt, so I just need to do a lap. But this is a yellow star that, once again, doesn't seem to have much in the way of habitable planets. That's why there's kind of no guarantee. But it's still interesting this is all here. Like, we've got a lot of planets. So we got a derelict tanker, and we get survey data for a place, which is nice. The nice thing about derelict tanker is that they tend to have fuel. We will accept fuel. We will not accept metals at this point. But there we go. That pays for the trip itself. I thought I saw something else over here. We actually have a... Ooh, that's a Terran world. Okay, hold that thought. Let's check the probe real quick. Let's explore, begin salvage operations. And we just get some extra stuff here. Do I pull a survey? real quick on a Terran world that's out this far away. I think I'd... Oh, you have full survey data. Oh, that's right. We have full survey data of this planet from the other exploration ship. So this is just a Terran world out here that has some ruins that we can just go ahead and explore, and maybe we'll get some good stuff from it, or maybe we won't. We got some volatiles. We got a lot of organics, a Locust SRM launcher, and an armored mount. So we got some extra stuff. And we got some more supplies yet again, and some more fuel yet again. We're gonna leave this. We're gonna leave this other stuff though. So it's a little bit of a shame, but it's not that big of a haul. Like, organics aren't worth a ton. All right, we're not going to establish colony, even though we have the crew for it. This place is just way too far away, especially when we have Adasaya, which is where I'm going to be planning on putting a colony here. I know Elsbeth has 2 very good planets, but this one has 3 good planets and a 4th one that I can add to it that's probably good enough. It's still pretty close to everything, but that gotta get there first. And first off, we gotta fly through some of this stuff. All right, so we have an asteroid belt. Oh, we got a ping. I was about to do a long-range search, but that ping has got to be it. Let's see. So domain era probe down here. Let's see what the probe has first. It may have something good for us. No, we're not going to engage automated defenses. Mothership is going to take priority for that. But we do get experience for it, so that's nice. Do I have any more bonus levels? No, not yet, but I am close to gaining another level. Okay, Mothership, one of the legendary survey motherships. This quiet automated workhorse of the Dominion exploration and colonization effort. This is, in essence, a von Neumann probe, as the survey motherships contain auto-forge capacity to manufacture a suite of smaller survey ships, and the supplies required to perform its ongoing mission. This specimen is burned and battered by its centuries of service to the domain, a drifting, forgotten hulk. So, mothership time. Sensors indicate unusually short-lived charged particles again. Oh, there's automated defenses, of course. You know, sometimes there's not. So we know these guys are not so bad. But this is a mothership. It's kind of like a space station. We're going to give this a shot. Your fleet moves in. Numerous strong energy signatures are detected coming from inside the darkened work bays of the mothership's vast hulk. Your sensors also detect several weapon emplacements powering up on the mothership itself. So we're going to continue. We're going to bring everybody again. We're going to deploy again, but we're going to play it nice and careful this time. What I don't want to do... Okay, we didn't want to do that. But what I don't want to do is engage the mothership in a way that has like everybody barreling into it all at once. Like, what I want to do is have the mothership just kind of keep it at range and pick off all of my opponents first. There we go. I think that's everybody. Let's not rear end. Let's not rear end one of our carriers, please. So there's always this little cluster at the beginning, apparently. And we have some asteroids going around as well, so that's fun. But we're just going to take our time through here. Alright. So a little bit of space junk. We are in an asteroid belt, so technically that's not a big deal. So here's first contact over here. We're just going to drift in very slowly because I have no idea what kind of guns the mothership has, but whatever it is, something, there it is, something big is firing on us. So most of their force, oh, it actually popped off the map. Most of the forces are on the right-hand side, so we're just going to slide to the right. I just said that. I don't even care. Alright, so here comes these two not quite as dangerous things now. We don't want to engage too fast. We don't want to outrun our ships and support. But I can probably fire a volley here pretty safely. Alright, so that's a good start. One down. Let's see if we can take these guys down as well. Once again, these kind of longer engagements with bigger forces is all about managing flux. So right now, we've just got to try to make sure that our opponent has to commit too much flux, and like these guys, none of these seem to be running shields. So we may be in a pretty damn good position. I'm actually going to take a print screen here just to see if that might work for something later here. In fact, well, we'll get something else from for the title card here in a minute. Thank you for humoring me with that, but I'd rather take on these forces than maybe have like an old ship just bump into me. Okay, there's a ship that was so small I didn't even see it. All right. So there's not too much left of you. We can probably fire even more missiles over here. Okay, so you're gone. And you're really gone. So you're about to be in trouble too. But yeah, one of the nice things about the Apogee is its heat profile. It does not take like a lot of. It can take a beating and keep on heading. How's the fight going here? We're kind of massacring them, but still there's the mothership. So that's always going to be a problem. All right, so laser from the Falcon, nicely done. All right, we got some little guys over here. They don't really count for too much now. So let's vent and push. Ideally vent and push. Could probably fire another missile volley here. Well, all right, that mothership is having a good day. All right, so here we are. Look at our nicely organized, assembled fleet. All right. Sorry, just taking a few screenshots. If you watch me play Dyson Sphere program, I do the same damn thing here. But yeah, this mothership is tanky, but not long for this world at all. There we go. Just fire some bonus missiles at the end there. Oh, that volley's so good. I've been told that missile's garbage, but reports indicate 4 crew and no Marines were lost during the last engagement. Well, it sucks that we lost 4 crew. Hopefully we don't go under on the crew, but we did manage to destroy everything. So pick through the wreckage. Oh, won't you look at that? Get more of this. More of this. We're going to need some of these supplies for repairs. Ooh, a Hespesis assault gun. That's pretty good. As is the Herm launcher. You know, I'm just going to take everything because that makes it a little bit easier. We're going to dump the metals back. We're going to dump some of the heavy machinery. And we're overcapped on supplies right now. So, once again, I am carrying a cornucopia of weapons. Probably don't need all of this, but it's kind of fine. I haven't left too much behind despite the fact that I'm carrying a bunch of luxury goods. So there's that, and that's a lot of experience. I got 2 points as well. So what's next? Okay, we get to survey. We get preliminary survey data of the Morphagoro star system. That's cute. So it's not a mothership pointing to another mothership, but maybe Vladom has some good volatiles on it. And then we get to salvage. This is where, oh gosh, we actually need some more heavy machinery here. So what do we get from the salvage? It's a ton of supplies, a ton of heavy machinery. Whoa. I was expecting a lot more to come out of a mothership. Like, this is where sometimes you'll get a lot of like research parts and stuff, but you know what? You can't look to pristine nanoforges as a gift horse in the mouth. I said before that I want one of these to have as my ability to build a colony, and I already have one of those. So now, from the looks of it, we're going to be leaving a lot of the stuff behind. Like, the supplies would be nice, but we're just going to burn through those for the time being. The nanoforges are the real take, because that's literally 800,000 credits, depending on where or whom I can sell it to. So, I was a little curious not to get any AI cores, but that's pretty good. Do I take on the probe defenses just for fun? I don't know for sure. Let's see here. For all of our combat skills and abilities, I'm not going to take level 3 there. There's some other ones that are really good on these. Like if I was... well, I'm primarily not planning on doing like a carrier things, so I probably do want to be able to command more officers. So I'm going to take one of these. I forgot that it was tied up to a skill. And we're going to take damage control as well, just to make sure that since we're going to be frontlining, we don't want to really just die all the time. Meanwhile, we can put somebody in here. We have one pilot that's been itching for action. There you go. Now you can finally start gaining experience. You guys can level up. Carrier command 20% faster fighter replacements or 20% damage to ships. That's good. Combat endurance also wouldn't be terrible, but yeah, my sub crew getting some good action here is nice. Evasive action, very nice for the AI to have. Let's see, you just got one level, and it's either defensive systems or missile specializations. Well, you're going to be a carrier guy, so as far as I know, these target analysis things only are for the ship's weapons and not for the fighters that go with it. And then who over here just getting a lot of good stuff here. So power modulation, I like that on AI. All right, cool. Good level ups. So how are we doing on our accepted mission here? 50 days. All right, so we got to get this all the way across. And then we have 2 pristine nanoforges, so I technically don't need to stop over here as well. But assuming I can make it out of here in time, I guess the first question is, look at my fleet. My combat readiness is okay. Could probably take on those probe defenses real quick. I can't really carry a lot, but sometimes these will have information. If it's like there's a mothership nearby, and I don't know if we need to take everybody, but we're going to anyway. So this fight shouldn't take long. If we can take on a mothership, and that's 3 herons doing a lot of legwork, by the way. This is more just for fun and experience, and hopefully not to rear end other ships. But we're still fighting in an asteroid belt, so there's a little space garbage all over the place. We're still ramming into our buddies, so that's fun. So we got a bunch of tiny contacts here. And here's our hammerhead doing its best. There's our dominator doing its best. There's our giant swarm of fighters just going all over the place. I can fly faster if I don't have my shields up, and I really need to be doing the frontline work, because right now this guy's literally trying to ram a hammerhead. Wow. Okay, you just executed ramming speed. Alright, missiles, please. I think that ship's not even going to survive long enough to do anything with missiles. There we go. Like, we got all of our fighter bombers over here. Yeah, this is a mop-up job. Alright, yeah, see, look at how much damage those guys do. Okay, obviously I get to finish it up, but that's just me taking credit for everyone else's work. Wow, you're pretty fast. And pretty dead. Alright, so we just got these last 2 over here. So the herons are doing a great job following me. I just hit the wrong button. What's my shield button? Right click is my shield button. There we go. Been playing this game for a while. I should really remember the commands by now. But yeah, these guys are nice and fast, which is why it's good to have a few tiny fast ships in your fleet just to tag or tie down other things. That's where they fly and support. That's an exploding asteroid. There we go. We win. Claim victory. Well, we claimed victory, so sometimes this will have some good stuff, like some more supplies, some more fuel. I'm not really going to concern myself with weapons. We have pretty much all of these at this point in spades. But see, we got another character point, so that's good. And the probe, the memory doesn't have a whole lot going on. We did get another AI core, so that counts for something. Alright, so we are overstuffed, overstocked, and ready to get out of here. I'd be curious if there's another mothership here. Um, Alright, I'm probably going to do that. I mean, there's some other options. I kind of want to get officer management too as well, but we don't have other officers right now. That's just more of a time for the future. But I don't mind burning a few extra supplies if it means that we get to end up carrying all of our stuff home with us. Oh, we're over fuel capacity too. Wow, that's a good problem to have, because now we got to fly all the way back. And so we're doing repairs as well. If we look at our fleet, like some of this, we got to get all the way back up to tip-top combat readiness, which technically means we can go into an engagement a little bit longer, but it is going to take some supplies to make that happen. But still, we have 24 days to make it across the sector. This shouldn't be a problem unless we start getting destroyed by hyperspace storms, which is not entirely out of the question considering my best flying skills possible. So we're just gonna take the hits, because we still got plenty of supplies. Famous last words. What I should be doing is paying attention to the mini-map on the bottom right. So what are our goals now, by the way? We have a fleet, we have a lot of people. We're going to need some supplies to form a colony. We're going to need to recruit like 1,000 more people. And then we're going to need to cash in some of the stuff that we have so that we will end up having, being able to build a lot of buildings at the start of the colony. Because there's a lot of little upfront things you've got to do. Now, I know there's other people that do their colonies differently. Feel free to tell me your thoughts in the comments, but I'm kind of doing a long view approach where I'm going to try to spread out. One of the reasons I want to do this over 3 planets instead of 2 is that I want to try to spread things out so I'm not getting the ludic path knocking on my door all the time, because that's going to be a little annoying. But hopefully I should be able to fend off enough pirate raids that this shouldn't be a problem. As you can see, our expenditure per day has gone from 45 per day down to 4.9 per day, which is more of what our fleet expectation should be. But the really nice thing here too is that with our ships being like this now, and with our fleet doing so well this early in the game and getting some additional nanoforges, I should be able to cash out and get some heavier ships, which is kind of the goal, because I'm about at the juncture where I want to build up my fleet just a little bit more. We're not going to be building our own ships on a colony for a while. That day will come. But one thing that I do want to do is to try and explore and find some more research stations, because those do have lots of blueprints. Sometimes the motherships do. But definitely research stations are where that's at as well. So we'll just fly through this gunk. But yeah, overall, very successful trip to the northwest side of space, because space obviously has sides. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made the map the way that they did. I mean, technically, when you look at a lot of galaxies and stuff like that, they spin out onto a platter for whatever reason. There's some that are kind of big blobs. It's the nice thing about space, is that you can pretty much look around and it's big enough, and there's an exception for everything. But we are just turning in our luxury goods at this point, because that seems like the right thing to do to honor our contracts. 26 days. We're back in the core worlds now, which means we probably need to turn on our transponder. There we go, and we get a few other missions as well. What are you? You're a friendly mercantile company, thank you. I'd rather not get knocked off by some big pirate or enemy fleet or something like that. And they're just kind of going to the right, so I don't really care. But yeah, like disaster right now would be getting knocked off before I get to do anything with nanoforges here. But they are not going to engage me. It's the church, who I have done a little bit for. Pretty good. It's the Pathers that I got to worry about. Pathers that I used to call Panthers. Whatevers. So just a little bit of talking while flying across space. 1 day left. It's nice to think about the fact that for as short as this gameplay has been, in game time, it's taken a lot of time for me to do this. From Ashura... Oh, that's getting 20 of those. That's different. Like, that's a lot of payment for this if I already had them, but I don't. These other things are like merchant convoys and stuff. That's if I want to knock them off to, like, if I'm trying to go in a battle with somebody and I want to mess up their supply chain, then I attack those convoys. Alright, so delivery goods to the Dinkyu mining station. Which is pretty close enough to here. Alright, so hopefully we don't have like some massive crazy pirate raid. Does not appear that we do. Cool. Alright, so look, we made it. We made it and we have a lot going for us. So on this mining station. Okay, well we made a delivery here. We got improved faction with the independents just a little bit. Don't know why we didn't get 5, but open the comm directory. Do these guys not like us for some reason? I don't know. At the bar, they don't have a lot going for us. Like, we have a lot of things we can sell. Like, I do want to sell these AI cores to places. On the black market... Now, I've read conflicting reports about what happens when I sell nanoforges on the black market, but I'm pretty sure that I'm okay selling it here. It's selling it directly to pirates. That's a problem. Like, you go to a pirate base and you sell it to the pirates. Black market is supposedly okay. I'm only selling one of these right now just because I want to have one in reserve in case I A, need the money, or B, end up deciding, you know, let's go like this. And see, or B, decide that I want to build a second shipyard that needs a pristine nanoforge. Now, the other thing about this that's interesting is that, like, if these were getting eaten up by the faction, these would disappear and not be stackable. So we'll just have to figure that out. I'm only at 200 some supplies. We're going to buy all these in black market. I'm going to buy all your people. That seems fine. We don't have a ton of heavy machinery, but that's okay. From the regular market, we actually need to buy some people as well, and probably some of this as well. Some more supplies. Seems okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for the plan of building up a colony. I think that seems fine. Let's even out our heavy machinery. So while we're here, real quick, any interesting ships we can buy? Not really. All right. Repairing your ships doesn't take too much. I could fight that independent colony right now, but this is literally... That's interesting. You know what? That was originally owned by pirates, because this is where we actually started the game, because we did the tutorial missions. Like, over here is the ship graveyard. Here's our other people that we originally helped out. So, fascinating that they went from pirate-controlled to independent-controlled. They don't like us too much, but that's fine. I'm glad that finally they don't have to resort to piracy and evilry and all that. So let's just scoot up here. I always kind of want to see what these guys have available. Okay, comm directory. We have a mercenary officer. It doesn't help me too much. Concerned man at his table. 800 units of domestic goods. That's not really worth the price of admission, although normally that would be okay. I do actually need to buy some more crew off the black market, so let's do that. Because I want to be able to have enough crew to where I dump 1,000 people and I'm okay. So we're literally we're on a fire sale. We're buying people. Because apparently it's the future and you can do that. Alright. So as for the ships that are for sale, once again, a Prometheus tanker is cute. But the black market's not really very exciting, so that hasn't exactly matured yet, like maybe the market would. Oh, you're actually going to emergency burn after me. That's cute. I just bought people, man. I bought crew members off the black market. Look at it this way. I'm doing you a favor. I'm taking the people you don't like and I'm going to dump them on a planet. That's not a problem, right? Right, officer? Okay, they're gonna run away here. So I'm still looking at getting a commission. Okay, we actually missed the jump point somehow. But while the getting is good, I could pick up my nanoforge from over here, and that would work pretty well. I'd kind of like to visit one of the Tritachyon places, just because there's a few kind of on the way. Not as many as maybe I'd like. I guess I could go over here. Yeah, that's fine. Let's visit let's visit to the northwest first, because we'll just pick up the other pristine nanoforge. That way I can just have all of my stuff with me. That's not a big deal. Are you closer? Not really. Are you closer? Not really. Alright, and you guys still have pirates, so that's fun. Note that I'm not taking any contracts right now, even if they do pop up. Like, I've kind of been all like, it's a squirrel for this stuff before, but now I'm kind of locked in. I have a few million credits, possibly more in the near future. I do want to be looking out for things like a mercenary officer. What can you do? He's cautious, so that's a big nope. Sorry, dude. Caution's a word that I don't understand. I almost tried to sell my... that would be terrible. Okay, Taurus freighters, a little bit better. Venture cruisers. Maybe the black market's not doing so good. Maybe I need to sell some blueprints when I find them places. So transfer goods. We only have a Hurricane Merv and one of these. So let's sort that out. Confirm. Take everything out of there. Kind of just want to visit here just for fun. We actually have a mission over here as well. Well, we're not going to do it. Pirate raid successful. Oh, good. The Ludic Church can kind of just cry a little bit about that. The bar here doesn't seem to have much going on. Freelance administrator. These would be like a freelance administrator would be good if I was trying to get people to administer my colonies, but I'm going to do it myself. Which I guess that means I need to start taking some of the colony improvement level up things. Alright. So anyway, the hegemony military, which I can't actually buy from. Wonder if they give me tariffs. They probably do. Yep, well, that's fine. Price of doing business, right? Let's see. This military, once again, they don't actually have a lot available here either. Like a Dominator's good. Eagle is very good. Could get a Dominator heavy over here for 250 credits. I mean, obviously we're not doing that yet. That's a heavy cruiser. Dominators are just kind of big space tanks. Not at all to be confused with the Enforcer that's down here, but it's pretty much the bigger version of the Enforcer. That's not really what I'm looking for at this point. If I'm going to be dropping that much money on something, I want it to be on something that I want. But anyway, I said before where we're going. We're going to go to... I hate that I haven't explored New Biscay as well, but we have everything together. Just looking at our monthly allowance on our income here, we get it for 12 more months. This is the time to start making a colony, because we are and will continue to be running a deficit. I'm going to do one more planetary stop before we do this, though. But yeah, founding a colony is one of those daunting things because it is such a heavy investment in resources, but it's honestly not that bad. Where did we want to stop to? We wanted to kind of go up to the Myasura star system just to see what the Tritachyons have, and to see if maybe there's any good spaceships available from up here. It's kind of enough on the way here. We have Jordan Wu up for personal bounty. Congratulations. We have a pirate ship going over here. Oh no, that's not pirates. That's the Dickats. That's our lobster people. They're not literally lobsters. They just sell lobster for money. All right, one more squeeze through here. Hopefully don't get launched by hyperspace storms. We did. So that's a few more precious supplies gone, but now we're holding on to supplies instead of anything else. So that's our Tritachyon military place, and there's the desert world over there. So this will be our last sort of pit stop to see, hey, do y'all have any ships we want to buy? Because, well, I got to drop off the AI cores with these guys anyway, so we're going to do that. Unknown fleet that doesn't like us, are they going to run from us is the question. Doesn't seem like it, but now we're losing 11,000 per month, which is pretty rough. And note that we've done all of this income gathering without pulling in and getting a bunch of stuff from like investors for Tritachyon, which is one of the big recommendations I see people do and say, like, just buy it there. There's a Medusa. You never see those on sale. And the black market, once again, not really populating with much of anything. Dock sidebar doesn't have anything. Com directory. We do have a Laura Robinson. What can you do? You're steady. Yeah, that's fine. That's really fine. Okay. And then we need our station commander here, which I have some AI cores to give you. So that's extra money and 3 reputation. Not bad. All right, so we should have a ship that you can fly. I mean, this is not going to be ideal for her right now, but for now, so at least she can start gaining some levels, we'll do this. All right, so we look at our character here real quick. Like I said, there's some colony things that work pretty well. Like industrial planning, minus 10% upkeep. And then, I'm trying to remember if we did already get one of the other ones here. But anyway, this is industrial planning is one of the big ones. And fleet logistics is another big one for governed colonies that we want to go ahead and get. So our colonies already kind of have a leg up. Planetary operations is another big one. That's more for defenses, but the +2 stability boost at level 3 is a big freaking deal. So that's gonna be big. I know I'm really doing good with my commentary. It's gonna be a big deal. It's also really big. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm here. I'll be here all night. So we got our other space station over here. We're gonna keep a wide berth of the pirates just because I don't feel like messing with them today. But we've got plenty of money. We got plenty of supplies. We could actually establish 2 colonies at the same time, but I'm gonna do one because it's gonna put a lot of pressure on me financially to try to do colonies more than one at a time. The better option is to do one, build it up, do another one, build it up. So I don't mind rolling in a little bit of money surplus because it's not a position we're always going to be in. But I do want to see if these guys have anything for me. Don't really have anything at the bar. We'll buy some supplies on the up and up from you guys. Cool. We're definitely not doing anything shady here, like buying or selling drugs. Yeah, once again, we have Moras, which are maybe the only thing I'd think of from any of these. Actually, Colossus MK2, that's kind of hilarious. We're getting a lot of pirate shit through here, but this is where commission's really going to help out. But it's time. Enough lollygagging. It's time to make the colony before we just keep losing money by going, hey, let me just window shop at all these places. Alright, so it's hyperspace jump. Now we have a few options for where we're going to build up first. But we are going to go ahead and go west, young sailors. We have some actual fights going on out there. That can be their own problem. And maybe it's going to be a good thing if I get a commission and then I stay close to the people that I have a commission with. We have a lot of people flying like crazy around here. But yeah, we're almost there. Time to turn off the transponder, because last thing I need is just to go out into space and have like pirates just bowl me over. By the way, this is probably a good time to see. There's no bounties in like the area I'm flying to, I don't think. No, all the bounties are all these other terrible systems. Soon we'll just have to deal with pirate raids ourselves. Because that's the first thing you got to deal with colony. When I said babysitting before, I was not kidding. We're going to have to kind of stick around here to this side. We won't be able to do excursions to the corners of the galaxy, at least until we can get a little self-sufficient. Fortunately, we did get some blueprints, but really not as many as I would have liked. Alright, so we have 2 desert worlds that we can colonize here. And I'm going to go ahead and just jump into the star system. It's fine. We do have plenty of fuel. But if we look at our planets one more time, we have 2 desert worlds, a tundra world, and a barren bombarded world. If we look at our intel, there is planets here, so we can take a look. Now, one of the desert worlds is a class 5, but that's because it has poor farmland, abundant, but extreme weather, hot, high gravity, habitable, should have some vast ruins as well. The hazard rating is 175. I don't really like colonizing higher than 175, but 175 is fine, but it's not going to be our first colony. This will be our second colony. Like the rare ore deposits, the moderate ore deposits, that's going to be a big money maker. The vast ruins, that's going to really attract ludic attention, but that's fine. Now we have a 125% colony here. This one has moderate ore deposits, which is fine for supporting everything else. It's hot, it's habitable, it's fine. It doesn't really do a whole lot. This is actually a place where I can do some serious ship production. And between the ship production and mining, and with having a pristine nanoforge, it's not going to be as big of a deal. This barren planet has rich ore deposits, which is nice. It's 200%, which is really good for a barren planet, but we're not doing this one first. What we're going to be doing first is the Tundra World Cha, which maybe shouldn't be a really big surprise. Now, you may look at this and say, hey, wait a minute. Why would you do this place? It has poor farmland. Well, poor farmland is good enough to actually support a colony, even 2 colonies. It has a hazard rating of 100%, so it's not going to be too bad off. The costs are going to be about as minimal as it could be to get us started, and hopefully that means we can get a profit faster. Mining is going to be fairly good here, because even though it says sparse rare ore deposits, it has rare ore deposits. And that's good enough for us. Moderate ore deposits is fine. Organics is not a huge deal, but that's just like extra money from mining. So we can set up farming first to make sure we have food, and then some other industries as this grows. So we're going to lay in a course. We're not going to lay in a course. We're just going to fly over here to Cha. The other thing is that we do have 3 stable locations, which is a really nice bonus, as other people have told me on the Discord and everything else. It's definitely not something that's required, but it is nice to have if you can have it. So this is where we're going to be parking and making our home. We're near the people that we want to make a, not an alliance with. They're not going to be happy with us when we start dominating markets that they have been dominating. But Cha is our people, or Cha is our place. And we have full survey data for this planet. We're going to establish a colony. To establish a colony, we need 100 heavy machinery. I'm glad I have that, because I almost screwed that up. We need 200 supplies, and we need 1,000 crew. Hostilities with other factions will be a little bit of a problem. A spaceport will help. Proximity to other colonies is great. So 63% accessibility is nice. 11 units in factions, 6 units to and from factions. I don't really pay attention to what those numbers mean, but I'm sure they're useful. The important thing, like I said, is that we get a proximity bonus. Other factions won't like that we're near them, but the system isn't claimed by them. So let's hit the button. Establish a colony on Cha. If you'd like to rename it later, you can do so by clicking its name in the market info screen. So we're going to keep Cha. Cha is fine. All right, now that you have a planet-based or otherwise static assets, you need to set up your faction's name and flag. Well, we could do the Asher Syndicate. We could the Ish Accord, the Oscar Cartel, Yeg Trust. This feels like this is the kind of thing that I should have thought about before here, but we'll just go ahead and do the... I like the charter. We'll do the Wells Charter. That's fine. Does the name require the in front of it? Use the? Yeah, so the Wells Charter should is or are be used as the name where it's appropriate. The Wells Charter is. A Wells Charter. That's fine. What name should the prefix have? We only have ISS as an option. Let's change it to Ash. So it says the Ash Intrepid, a Welsh Charter courier ship, reports that after heavy fighting, the Welsh Charter is now in control of the star system. Well, that's very nice. Let's select a flag. I could have gotten custom flags here. That seems like a missed mod opportunity. So, whoops. But we're going to... I mean, these are all pretty straightforward, kind of generic. I'm going to go with that one because it looks cool. There we go. Space noises. So we have minus growth, colony size 3, stability 6 because there's a food shortage, no active comm relaying system. That's easily fixable. I probably need to get some heavy machinery though. So spaceport will be done in 15 days. This is where I need to have my money because we need to add an industry or structure here. Now, a few of these things are industry. Right now we can't do an orbital station because we need a spaceport. We are going to be doing farming first. And the reason we're doing farming first is that immediately takes care of the food shortage. Mining is what we're going to be doing next. Mining will give us ores and organics. And let's see here. If we put heavy industry on here, that should let us take care of some other things. I need to double check a few of these things to see. We can't do, I'm pretty sure we can't do tech mining because we don't have ruins on here. But like I said, there's a lot of little things we can do, and there's kind of a balancing act that has to go on here because we can't build so many industries at first. We can start with one, then build another one, then build another one. So let me go ahead and build the farming, and we're going to go ahead and stop here. This is Asher, now part of the Welsh Charter with Starsector, and we're going to continue this pretty much right where we left off next time. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We will do this again soon. You all take care.